Hey folks, my guest today is Biju Ashokan. He graduated from Carnegie Mellon University back in 2008 and founded two startups in property tech. His vision in real estate is to build a software suite, aka a Shopify for real estate agencies or agents from across the world to make property buying and selling easier for consumers. Biju, you ready to take us to the top?
Yep.
All right. So if people want to follow along, the website is radiusagent.com. Tell us how it works. Who's paying you today?
It's primarily real estate agents and real estate team leads. So the goal of the company is to kind of create an operating system for real estate agents and teams. For lack of a better comparison, it's kind of like a Shopify for real estate agents, right? Where we help agents with everything that they need, both in terms of tech, in terms of services, in terms of benefits, everything that can make an agent independent or an agent team independent. That's what we provide.
I feel like all my friends that like quit their usual jobs and, they're like, you know what, I'm gonna go sell real estate because I'm in Austin, Texas and real estate is hot. But then like 6 months later, half of them are now not in real estate anymore, right? How do you deal with churn?
Yeah, there's a lot of them. And I think that's because of the intrinsic characteristics of real estate and how it works. Everyone wants to make money and they think from the outside by looking at Instagram that it's so easy to sell a property by just showing a property, but there's a lot going on in the background. You need to know a lot about the area, the neighborhood. You need to know about the paperwork, compliance, so much to learn. So the key is to provide technology that helps them with education and training quickly so that they can get up to speed and start selling quickly. So we have a course called 90 Days to Success for agents like your friends who want to just start with a career in real estate, where we train them and we call this the Accelerator Program.
So when they sign up, what are they paying you per month on average to use the technology?
Yeah, about $250 a month is the subscription. But more importantly, whenever they close a deal, they pay us a flat fee for the transaction as well.
What percent?
It's a flat fee. It's $1,000 per transaction.
So whether it's $1 million house or $1,000 house, they're paying you $1,000 flat fee.
Exactly, because it doesn't make sense. It's the same amount of support. So paying a commission to your brokerage doesn't make sense at all.
Interesting. And give me a sense of size in 2020 or 2021, how many closed deals on the platform?
So 2021, we hit close to 500, I think, transactions in total. This year, we are planning to expand to 8 more states. So we were just in California in the last year. This year, we just raised our Series A. So we're going to expand to 8 more states and we're going to get to like 2,000 agents by the end of the year. And we are hoping each agent closes minimum of 8 to 10 transactions. So that's the kind of deal that we're expecting.
And how many agents today on the platform?
200.
200. Wow. Okay. And I mean, can I take 200 times $250 a month? You guys are doing just on that side of the business about $50,000 a month in revenue.
Yeah. So if you just take the subscription, but if you take transaction revenue as well, you can calculate about 12,000 ARPU per agent in a year.
12,000 ARPU. You mean annual or monthly?
Annual revenue.
Yeah. So you can take 200 times 12,000 to get your annual revenues of about 2.4 million is what you're saying.
Yes.
Interesting. And is that what you did last year?
We closed the year with close to 2.1 or 2.2, but this year we're already at 2.4.
In the first 26 days, you've already done 2.4 million in revenue.
That's what we are tracking towards with the current number of agents and the deals that they close. For the year or for January? So the way we calculate is in January, we have a number, right, that we made as monthly. If you multiply that by 12, 2.4 is what we get.
Oh, what's going on there, YouTube? Good to see you guys. Now imagine this. You love watching these interviews with SaaS founders, but imagine if we took all of the valuation data out from over 2,807 interviews I've done manually. Saves you a lot of time. Well, we've done this. We've built it into the beautiful interface inside of FounderPath. Check this out. I'll show you how you can access this in a second, but you log in, you connect your Stripe account, you see your valuation real time, you can see what it changed over the past 88 days, and even set goals for valuation this year. Now, the secret to valuation is there's many different ways to value a SaaS business. So the reason you're going to see 3 or 4 different valuations inside of your FounderPath dashboard, this is all free by the way, is because depending on who's doing the buying of your SaaS company, you're going to get a different valuation. A VC is going to pay a different valuation. Private equity firm is different. If you're going to do a minority sale, that's different. And if you sell the whole business, that's a different valuation. You can see all those when I hover over here. Right. So the teal is what a VC would pay. Yellow is what private equity, and red is if you sold the whole thing outright. Now, what's cool about this is not built off random data. Again, you guys hear these interviews on YouTube. All these data are built from real-time valuation data points founders share with us on the show. So traction, 1.2 million, seed round, 3.7 raise. They sold 22% of their business. Go in here and filter by the event. Maybe you only want to see companies that have sold the whole business. Well, here are a bunch that have been acquired, the valuation and the multiple. Maybe you're going out right now and you're raising your seed round. Well, go in here and look at all this recent seed deals that went down, what they raised, what valuation they raised at, and what percent that they sold. There's never been a larger data set of SaaS valuations than what you can get now inside of FounderPath, and we're thrilled to bring it to you. All right, we're going to go back to the YouTube video here in a second, but if you want to check this tool out, if you want to jump in and sign up, you can check it out for free to get your valuation at this link, founderpath.com/products/valuations. Or if you go to founderpath.com and hover over products, click on get your valuation here and go ahead and sign up to give it a whirl. Again, all that valuation data live right inside the platform. I hope to see you there. All right, let's jump back into the interview. Okay, but you just said last year, that's about what you did. You're planning to be flat this year? Or your run rate right now is?
Run rate right now is 2.4. Yeah.
I see. Got okay. So just to clear up any ambiguity here, in December of 2021, if you did 500 deals closed last year divided by 12 to get an average per month, you closed about 40 to 50 deals per month. So that's 40,000 to 50,000 in $1,000 transaction deal volume, plus another 50,000 a month from the $250 a month fees. So you're doing total about $100,000 per month in revenue as of a month ago, right? Okay. And where were you exactly a year ago? So December of 2020.
We haven't even started the brokerage. So we were at like 50K per month in revenue just from our subscription products.
I see. Okay. Very cool. So you basically you doubled over the past 12 months. And what do you plan to do this year? Triple, quadruple?
We want to do 5X this year. We want to expand what we did in California to 8 new states in 5 years.
Is it as simple as putting these numbers in a pro forma and saying multiply times another state?
It's never that simple, is it? We are, the way our product is unique is because we have a social network of real estate agents which works on top of our brokerage. So we have about 76,000 agents using the free product, which is a social network. And we basically source our agents from that product. So every agent who joins us is through the product that they show interest in the brokerage.
How do you attract them? What's the free product you've built?
It's like a social network. So it has elements of like a Facebook. It has elements of Clubhouse. It has free academy where you can go through courses. We also have a lead marketplace where referrals are exchanged between agents through the platform. So it's a very, very agent specific social network.
How did you get the first 1,000 users on the network though? I mean, this is not easy to build.
Yeah, it took a while. It took about 3-4 years for us to nail that social network product for real estate agents to get to a point where agents invite other agents. So right now, all our users in the free product have come through our agents inviting other agents.
This is so cool. Okay, I just saw something very cool on your website. The bottom left, I see a pop-up 10-minute Radius agent brokerage interview with a very compelling little countdown timer. Right, join the next webinar, 258, 257, 256. Is this effective?
Yeah, super effective. It makes it feel like the webinar is going to start in 2 minutes. So people sign up immediately to be part of it. And we have multiple webinars that run at different times.
So like today, like this one I just clicked, it says Sierra Tahani is running it. Do you run 10 of these a day or one a day or one a month or what?
About 10 a day.
You run 10?
Yeah, we do 10 webinars a day. And if you log into our mobile app, if you're a real estate, even if you're not a real estate agent, you can find out. We also have a Clubhouse type of features where our sales team hosts rooms where we have recruiting rooms where agents from the network can join and ask questions about our brokerage.
How do you incentivize? I mean, is she a full-time? Are these presenters full-time at Radius Agent, or are these people you're incentivizing just to do a webinar to get exposure?
Kiara is our VP of growth. and they're all full-time employees.
So she just like, I mean, I see the webinar schedule today, 3 o'clock, 3:15, 3:30, 4:15. Sierra's doing all of these basically back to back.
Yeah, it looks cool, isn't it? It's pre-recorded and it feels like it's a live webinar.
Oh, I see. These are not live.
Yeah, but it seems like a live webinar. We use this tool called eWebinar. You should check it out.
Yeah, I see that. ewebinar.com. Do you ever get any pushback? I mean, if people type a question in the chat and then the live presenter never answers it, don't they go, Biju, this is bullshit. This is not live.
We respond to chat requests live.
Oh, I see. So it's the video is a recording, but the chat you monitor.
Yeah.
Super interesting. I love that. People are always nervous about, I don't want to do a fake live webinar. Is it live? Is it not? But like this combination seems to work for you.
Yeah. And we sometimes immediately call these agents who ask a lot of questions too. So our sales team immediately gets a call scheduled for them.
Okay. You've mentioned some funding. Let's get the backstory here. When did you launch the business first year?
2015. Back then it was just a keynote presentation. But we launched our first product at the end of 2016, which was an attempt at a social network in a certain way, but that didn't really pick up. But only at the end of 2018, our social networks started picking up, where agents invited other agents. And in 2019 and 2020, we built a lot of products in the background that would one day help us when we become a brokerage. 2021 is when we launched the brokerage, a full service brokerage and a subscription and a flat fee commission structure. And today we've added more things to that arsenal. We've added our accelerator program. We've added lead gen as one of our benefits. Next week, we're also launching health benefits as another add-on to our brokerage. So we are going all out on becoming a full service brokerage.
Mm-hmm. And how have you funded this? When was your first raise?
First raise was in 2015 as a pre-seed. And then the second raise was in 2018 seed. And this year, 2 weeks ago, was our Series A.
So the 2018 seed, how much did you raise then? How much?
$4 million.
Okay, $4 million then. And then how much did you raise just recently?
We raised 13.1
for your Series A.
Yeah.
And why do you need that much capital to build this tool? What's expensive?
It's right now. I mean, we didn't raise a big pre-seed or a seed round because we were just building the product. Now we've nailed the business model, so now we just want to expand to multiple states, increase the sales team. That's the main expense, and we want to put some marketing budget to it.
And when you go out and close the Series A for $13.1 million, about what valuation were you able to get?
The Series A.
Yep.
We have a $50 million valuation right now. And we want to close the Series B in the next 6 to 8 months.
50 valuation, 50 million?
Yeah.
That's pre-money or post?
Post.
Post money. Okay, so you raise it about a 37 pre, 50 post, with about 1.2 million in run rate. Does that make you nervous?
2.1 million in run rate.
Okay, so again, tell me how you get there, because there was 50 in December, like a month ago, there was 50,000 in recurring fees from 200 customers, right? A month, and your close. Oh, got it. We took an average of closed transactions last year when really they were probably back.
We ended 2021 at a 2.2 million run rate, and we want to get to 10 million by end of the year.
Yeah, what I'm reverse engineering though is, okay, so if you ended in December, which was about a month ago, at doing about 2.1 annually, that means you're doing about $170,000 in revenue that month, of which 200 customers paying $250 a month made up 50 grand of it, and the other 110,000 were from 110 closed deals, $1,000 transaction fee.
Yeah. So in transaction fees, when we give them leads, so we have a lead marketplace. When Radius generates leads for our agents, they pay a 35% commission on top of the flat fee. So we make a little more than $1,000.
Yeah, so that's consistent with what we've been talking about, right? $1,000 flat fee, or there's a commission as well?
There is a commission when the lead is generated by Radius.
Oh, I see. And how big's the commission?
35%.
35%. Wait, 3 to 5 or 35?
35 of their commission.
Oh, of their commission, not the deals.
Yeah,
I'm going, holy crap, I'm in the wrong business. Okay.
yeah.
So if they sell $1 million property and they make $60,000 because it's a 6% cut, you would take 35% of the 6,000, or what is that, about $1,800?
Yeah, if we give that lead to them.
If you give them a lead. Okay. That makes sense. Got it.
Because
So
they're not paying anything upfront for that marketing for that lead. So they've gotten the lead for free, but it's up to them to close it. So when they close it, we make more.
I see. Okay, got it. So when you raise a 50 million valuation, you're really getting something like a 24x revenue multiple, something like that. Yeah. Okay. And now you mentioned aggressive growth plans. Why do you want to go into a Series B so quickly? Can you spend 13 million bucks in the next 6 months?
No, we don't want to spend 30 million in 6 months, but we just want to raise it to grow faster in more states.
Mm-hmm.
Because we have the advantage of having 76,000 agents in the network, and they're all from different states and cities. So we could easily turn that switch on and launch our brokerage in different states. So we just need the funding to have a sales team and doing all the processes behind to set up brokerages in these states.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes sense. How many folks are on the team today, and how many of those people are sales?
Right now, we are recruiting for sales. We just have 3 people in sales. In fact, we hired the third one a few weeks ago.
How many full-time total?
We have about 60 full-time.
60?
Yeah, 60. And we have a product and support team in India, and rest of the remaining functions are all in the US. So design, customer success, sales, marketing, content.
Chennai, Pune, Bangalore. Where are you headed?
Bangalore,
very cool. Yeah, I meet so many fast-growing SaaS companies where their dev teams are like Pune, Chennai, Bangalore, Bangladesh. It's incredible talent over there, huh? What's the going rate right now for senior engineer in Bangalore?
But 60 to 80K.
Wow, that's incredible. Okay, and how many engineers do you have total?
We have 15 today. We're looking to recruit to increase the team size to 30.
Is it getting more competitive to recruit top tier? Yeah. Who are the big who are the big companies over there sucking up all the talent?
Oh, there's so many. I can't name the top 5. There's so many names that I've never heard of in my life who are offering 100Ks and 80Ks. Every company in the world, I think, is setting up a back office in Bangalore now.
Yep. Okay, talk to me a little bit more about churn. What was your gross dollar retention over the past year?
So that's the thing. The average churn rate in this industry inherently is really good because every agent stays with a brokerage for 2 to 3 years. The average being 3 years. The only agents who churn are the agents who give up on real estate completely. So in the last year, out of the 200 agents we've recruited so far, we've only had 8 agents leave the industry completely, but the rest have stayed on.
Got it. So 4% churn effectively over a year. And then have you had more than 4% expansion? So your net dollar retention is above 100%?
Yeah, definitely.
How far?
It's just an industry characteristic. It's nothing to do with if you're able to keep agents for more than 3 years, then it's on radius, right?
What percent of your revenue was expansion over the past 12 months? Your revenue growth?
So again, most of our revenue comes from transactions. So for us, expansion revenue is basically us training the agents to do better in terms of number of sales. So we've built an agent development team that just focuses on training them to do better, giving them more leads. So it's seasonal and it's also transaction based. So it's not a percentage increase, if you know what I mean.
Well, sure it is. You can just compare to the same section each year, right? So if you look at December 2020 revenue, but across your agents versus December 2021,
our brokerage is only a year.
Okay. So you could still do it then for the year.
Yeah.
Right?
So what I can tell you is when agents join us, before they join us, they average about 6 to 8 transactions. Now they're averaging 12 to 15.
Is that the right number to measure the number of transactions, or should it be measured deal volume? Add up all the prices of what they sold.
It's the number of transactions because we are a flat fee.
Well, no, you just mentioned if you give them the lead, you take 35% of their commission.
Oh, yeah. For that revenue model, it's based on the number of the property value, but most of our revenue actually comes from the flat fee.
So when an agent joins you from some other brokerage, what do they usually do in GMV at that brokerage? And then how much better do you make them in the first 12 months in terms of GMV?
Yeah,
Isn't that the right metric? Isn't that the right metric?
Yeah, so that's one of the main reasons why agents join us. When they work for another brokerage before they join us, they're used to paying like 20-30% commission to their brokerage for every transaction they close, regardless of who generates that lead. So when they join us, they keep all 100% and they just pay us that $1,000 flat fee.
Mm-hmm.
So from an agent's perspective, their income just went up from making 120K in a year to like 180 to 200K a year.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of one of the main KPIs that we track, like how much are we increasing their revenue. And their
what
commission.
was the total GMV of the 500 deals closed on your platform last year?
It was, give me a minute. You would imagine I would have these numbers on top of my head, but
it's the one I would care about. I'd be like, man, how do we get to $1 billion?
Yeah.
I'm sure you have it.
Yeah, I have it.
I'm going to guess, audience, you guys guess too. I'm going to guess an average of $300,000 per sale. So that would be, well, California, actually, let's bump it up. 450,000 per sale times 500. I'm going to guess 225 million.
We have closed. Oh, you are actually pretty close, my friend. We're at 215 million close. So
far. Come on, baby. I was almost right on the money. All right. 215 million. That's pretty good stuff. And then if you said you want to get up to how many closed deals in 2022?
We want to get to, by end of the year, we want to average 2,000 agents closing 8 to 10 deals a year. So
16,000.
Yep.
Yeah. Very cool. That'd be a great goal to hit. Talk to me about dilution, right? Were you the sole founder? Did you own 100% before the investors?
I bet, but I raised 3 rounds, but I'm the sole founder.
Okay.
But I don't know.
So what you sold, I guess in the Series A, you told us valuation there. When you did the 4 million seed, what cap was that at? Or was it a priced round?
It's all priced rounds. I mean, you always lose about 25 to 30% in the first 2 rounds. And then it starts getting better when you start making revenue. Right?
Got it. So is that a code of saying your seed was 8 pre, 12 post?
And pre-seed is also dependent on which accelerator we went to, where you start, all those.
When did you do your pre-seed? What year?
2015.
And how much equity did the accelerator take?
I'm not sure if I can disclose it, but it's in that 5 to 10 range.
Which accelerator did you use? Was it in India or in the States?
Oh, here in New York, called AngelPad.
Oh, of course. Yeah, AngelPad. That's a well-known accelerator. Got it. And what I think their standard deal is like what, 100K for 5 to 10%, something like that?
I think they do 50K back then.
250.
Now they might have changed it, but back then it was 50K.
So 250 to AngelPad, 4 million seed, 13.1 Series A. That's what you raised.
Mm-hmm.
So you diluted by 20-ish% 3 times, basically.
Yep.
Got it. So you own about 52% of the business right now, something like that, 53.
And along with the other co-founding team, right? Like you make
how many
hires and you give away stock options. So every round you probably want to create like 10% or 5% stock options. There's that extra dilution too.
Yep. So how many do employees own today, including like not founders, but employees, key hires?
About 15.
15. Okay. Yeah. So that's fair. Yeah. So investors like 40 or 50, ESOP pool 15%, co-founders about 35 to 40.
Yep.
That's pretty darn standard. Very cool.
Yeah.
All right. Anything we missed about your story?
No, we can keep talking. There's a lot of questions, but I know it's a 15, 20-minute long podcast.
Yeah, no, I love it. This is a tough space because churn is usually very, very high, but it sounds like you figured out a way to get it under control. And I'm rooting for you. How much is it going to cost you to open in a new state? And what are the costs associated with that?
It's more regulatory. So there's a lot of paperwork that you need to do to get a license in a different state. And it takes about 2 to 3 months, but it doesn't cost much.
I see.
It just costs the cost of a managing broker.
So what are you raising all this money for then? If the really bottleneck is time, not money.
It's time and the sales team and all the marketing budgets to get the initial 100 agents to join. Right?
I see. What do you spend right now to get a new agent on who then pays you, $10,000 the first year?
Our CAC is about 2,000 an agent. Uh,
Oh, wow. That's a very, I mean, well, it's like a 2 or 3 month payback then, right?
yeah, and that's because of the product, the social network aspect. For regular brokerages, they don't have the convenience of having a social network of agents using their product. So let's take a Coldwell Banker or Remax or Keller Williams. They only if you join them, you're part of their social network. Unless you join them, you don't get to be part of their network, right? Mm-hmm. In our case, it doesn't matter which firm you work for. You can still sign up on our product and start using some of the tools.
So that's how you attack arbitrage.
Yeah. So the product-led growth is probably the most important and unique value prop for our company.
Very cool. Biju, let's wrap up here with the famous 5. Number 1, favorite business book.
This might be a little off topic, but I'm a big fan of Sir Alex Ferguson.
Alex Ferguson?
Yeah. So he's written a book called Leading. So he's a famous sports coach of Manchester United. So I love
Number two, is there a CEO you're following or studying?
No, it's a bunch of CEOs. There's no one CEO that I follow.
Okay. Number 3, what's your favorite online tool for building Radius Agent?
What do you mean, online tool?
An online tool that you use. Figma, Trello, Slack, Zoom.
No, we use Asana quite a bit and Slack too. Yeah.
Okay. Number 4, how many hours of sleep do you get every night?
5.
Wow. Okay. And situation, married, single, kids?
Married, no kids. One dog boy.
Okay. A dog and a startup. How old are you, Biju?
37.
37. Last question. Something you wish you knew when you were 20.
The art of fundraising.
The art of fundraising, coming from a guy that's pretty good at it. Radiusagent.com. They have attack arbitrage because of the 70,000 realtors they have in their community. They now bring those realtors on their platform, feed them leads. They're a full-time brokerage as of last year. Did about $2.1 million in sales last year, hoping to 4 or 5x that this year. Closed to $13.1 million Series A just last week at a $50 million valuation. His team and the other founders still own about 40% of the business. Employees own, call it 15. Investors, the other 40. Looking to scale rapidly here. Again, charging real estate agents $250 a month to use their platform, plus $1,000 closing fee, plus 35% of the realtors commission if the platform gives them that lead. $250 million in deals closed last year, hoping to scale that this year. Biju, thanks for taking us to the top.
Thanks, Nathan. You're good at this.
One more thing before you go. We have a brand new show every Thursday at 1 p.m. Central. It's called Shark Tank for SaaS. We call it Deal or Bust. One founder comes on, 3 hungry buyers. They try and do a deal live, and the founder shares back-end dashboards, their expenses, their revenue, ARPU, CAC, LTV, you name it, they share it. And the buyers try and make a deal live. It is fun to watch every Thursday, 1 p.m. Central. Additionally, remember, these recorded founder interviews go live. We release them here on YouTube every day at 2 p.m. Central. To make sure you don't miss any of that, make sure you click the subscribe button below here on YouTube, the big red button, and then click the little bell notification to make sure you get notifications when we do go live. I wouldn't want you to miss breaking news in the SaaS world, whether it's an acquisition, a big fundraise, a big sale, a big profitability statement, or something else. I don't want you to miss it. Additionally, if you want to take this conversation deeper and further, we have by far the largest private Slack community for B2B SaaS founders. You want to get in there. We've probably talked about your tool if you're running a company or your firm if you're investing. You can go in there and quickly search and see what people are saying. Sign up for that at nathanlatka.com/Slack. In the meantime, I'm hanging out with you here on YouTube. I'll be in the comments for the next 30 minutes. Feel free to let me know what you thought about this episode. And if you enjoyed it, click the thumbs up. We get a lot of haters that are mad at how aggressive I am on these shows, but I do it so that we can all learn. We have to counter those people. We got to push them away. Click the thumbs up below to counter them and know that I appreciate your guys' support. All right, I'll be in the comments. See ya.